It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior Live. I'll be your host today. Please put in the chat where you're from and who you are. When we start reviewing the news articles, if you want to look at our Facebook page, just click here and you can follow the articles along as we go. See you in a moment. Welcome, Tech for Senior Live. It is the 26th of May. It's a sort of a rainy day in Comox, British Columbia on Vancouver Island, where I'm from. And so it's a great day to get together with everyone and talk tech. So I'm going to introduce everybody in a minute. But if you're new to the broadcast, if you're just new to our show today, I thought I would just tell you what we're going to do. We're going to sit around and have a good time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about some technology. We're going to drink some coffee. We're going to talk a little bit about Magic Jack and their new service that they've started. And we're just going to have a lot of good time over the next half, or the next hour, I guess. Yeah, the next hour usually goes by pretty quick. And then and who are we? Well, I'll introduce everybody in a minute. Of course, I always have my introductions I do, but I want to just we're actually the gang from Monday. We have a Monday show as well, and it's called Tech for Senior. And we get around and we actually do a lot of work on our Monday show, and a lot of good times. We have a lot of good presentations. So if you are interested and you are a senior and you're interested in learning technology, or if you're a senior at heart, I get lots of questions. Do I have to be a senior to come to your show? And I said, only if you're a senior at heart. Then if you're a senior at heart, then you can come. So you can come to our Monday show. And now the question, here's the big thing. You guys got to listen up for this one. On Monday, it is a Zoom meeting. And we come and we broadcast the Zoom meeting to, of course, YouTube. So if you're in the Zoom meeting now waiting for us, we'll see you on Monday. You know, today we're broadcasting this on StreamYard, and it's going, of course, to our Facebook page, and it's going to our our YouTube feed. Has nothing to do with Zoom. So anyway, just to let you know. And we're recording it. So if you want to watch it again, it'll be on www.techforsenior.com. And if you go to our website at www.techforsenior.com, there's a big button there that'll take you to our channel and you can watch the show. And it podcasts out. If you want to listen to us as you go to sleep at night with the podcast, then you can listen to the podcast as you're drifting off, because it'll be up and ready to go by tomorrow. So that's sort of what we're going to do today. If you are out there, it would be great. We don't know. That's the one thing that's weird about this. What we're doing is we don't know who's out there. We can't see you. In fact, I'm going to introduce my three partners here that will be on the show today, and we're not even in the same country, so we have no idea who's out there, who's listening to us. Maybe we're just talking to ourselves, eh? Maybe we're just going to have a nice chat about life. So anyway, if you could maybe put in the chat who you are, where you're from, and certainly we're happy to answer any questions. If we know the answers, we'll tell you. If we don't, we'll tell you as well, right? So let's get on with it, and let me introduce everybody today. How about if I introduce you in order that you logged on? I don't think Huey slept last night, because when I came on this morning and logged in, he was already here. So I'm not sure what's that all about, but of course, my partner from our show on Monday, a man of many talents. He has a popular Windows SIG that he manages. He has a very famous website. He's a man that has a lot of knowledge about technology. He's a great guy, and I'm so happy to have him as my co-host on Monday. His name is Huey Popluck from Bradenton, Florida. Huey, after an introduction like that, have you got something to say?
Yeah, you were absolutely right. I didn't get much sleep last night to the point that I did sign into Zoom for this
Oh, you
meeting
signed into
twice
Zoom.
this morning. And then I said, nobody here yet. Ron's not on yet. I wonder why. And then I said, oh gosh, it's Thursday, it's not Monday. And I went and I found the link for
To the
this
show.
and got on. We for those of you who are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, we get to sign into a special account so that we can be on for you. And so I signed on to that, and I was still early.
I'm surprised you didn't sign in for learning Chromebooks.
Yes,
That's happening today, isn't
it
it?
is.
Yes,
It is.
and
You want to talk about that?
but I sent a reminder out today as
Yes,
well
you
as
did.
on Tuesday. I was a little late with the Monday's reminder. It went
Right.
out on Tuesday.
So, do you want to tell everyone about learning Chromebooks? I mean, we've got that coming up this
Boy,
morning.
we have a full show again today.
Yeah,
And
we
that's
do
at
another
2
show. Yeah.
o'clock Eastern time, 11 o'clock Pacific time. We do a 1 hour show on learning Chromebooks.
Mhm.
And it's aimed at people who have Chromebooks and use them, people who just got them and don't understand them, and for people who are just thinking about it or wondering whether maybe they should. So it's a good hour spent learning about Chromebooks every month. And we've got a information and fun filled hour coming up this afternoon or late this morning
We
if
do.
you're in the Pacific time.
Whichever side of the country. That's right. All right. And okay, the second person that logged on today was, of course, I'm going to introduce him. He is a man who is a security expert. He talks about security on our show on Monday. He has a big website. He's a national figure, actually, probably international. He produces not only security videos, but he does a lot of Windows tips and is generally a lot of knowledge about computers. And I said to him the other day, I said, you are like the ever ready Easter bunny. You just keep going and going and going, and your batteries never seem to need to be recharged. This is truly an amazing man. And that, of course, is Bob Gostisha from Los Lunas, New Mexico. Bob, you got, after an intro like that, you got to say something. What do you got to say for me?
Good morning. And Huey isn't the only one who got up early. I did 2 videos this morning. I
Really?
couldn't sleep last night. Yes.
What's wrong with you guys? You nervous about the show today?
No. This is the easy one.
This is the easy one, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, if anyway, Bob usually has lots to say, so we'll undoubtedly hear more from Bob a little bit later. And of course, so that's Bob from Los Lunas, New Mexico, and now, of course, our musical director from our show on Monday. He is a man again of many talents. He is of course, our music director, and he has founded many music clubs all across the United States. He truly is an expert in music and certain types of music, and the thing about everyone says about Ray is that he's such a nice guy. So I want to introduce such a nice guy, the music expert and our music director from Monday, Mr. Ray Baxter from Pine, Arizona. Ray, now you got to have something to say.
Yes. What is that expression about? Where do nice guys finish? Maybe I shouldn't be so nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have a music knowledge. I wouldn't say the only area I'm an expert in perhaps is with a specific focus on the vocal groups of the 1950s. But other than that, I'm just a generalist and love most types of music, but not all. I always challenge people when I say, "What kind of music do you like?" And they say all, and I'll say, "Well, do you like rap? Do you like classical? Jazz? But I mean, there's so many wonderful types, and music to me is such an important ingredient in our life. But I don't think anybody likes every type of music.
Right. And you know what Ray does on our Monday show, he does the outro and he researches the he did Muddy Waters on our show on last Monday. And you know, he does a lot of research into the history of the band or the individual it is that he's highlighting, and it's really interesting. It's you do a very good job. Thank you so much for that, because it is so interesting.
Well, that was Muddy Waters, as you said, and what made it so special was the Rolling Stones joining him on stage there at that relatively small club in Chicago in 1981. But what I learned that I didn't know till I did my research, as you say, is that the Rolling Stones got their name from that Muddy Waters song.
Yeah, you told us that.
I didn't realize that either.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's just really, really interesting. So
speaking of music, I've gotten a new appreciation for opera, which I have never liked. But I have somebody that I've been helping with. She does presentations on different operas and just on operas in general. And she has me get some videos and then edit. She only wants a certain piece of each one. And so this past week, I had to do 15 different videos for her. And what I have learned, that if you watch videos, opera videos on YouTube, the really neat thing about it is it shows the words, what they're singing. The problem I have always had with opera is you don't know what they're saying or what they're singing, even if it's in English, and usually it isn't. Where a lot of the ones that are on YouTube, they've got the words and they show you the words in English. So you learn the storyline, and some of it's the way they present it and everything is quite unique.
So excellent. So Huey, are we all alone, or have you got any comments? Maybe we should do
a whole bunch of comments.
Is there really? Is there anyone out there listening to us?
People are really active this morning.
Steve from Kirkland. Hello, Steve. Steve's
here. Here's the first one to leave a message. 57
degrees. We're sending you some rain, I think. Bill H, 8:58 Pacific time, 5 likes. Yeah. Thanks, Bill. Gerald Smith, West Seattle, 56 degrees. Sally, Kirkland, Washington, cool weather. Yeah, we're sending you some rain. There's rain coming, Sally. Hi, Liz from Milford. Hi from Ohio. Hi, Liz. Bill H from Willamette Valley of Oregon. Yep. Maureen Glenn, good morning from Victoria. Yep. Bob Baxter from Bellevue, Washington. What's with the Eastern guys? There's nobody from East Coast here.
No, it's always the people from your neck of the woods out in the Northwest are usually the ones that log in first.
Okay. Mike's here. Mike, hi from overcast Omaha, Nebraska. I'll warm up after my flight back to Florida tonight. So I got to go back to Mike. I got to tell everybody, of course, Mike did a segment on our show the other day called Proton Mail. And this week, the Proton Mail did a big update. And so I was online and I was posting the article to our Facebook page because I want to talk about it today. 2 seconds later, I get an email from Mike saying, did you see this article? And I said, so Mike, stop reading my brains. I don't want you reading my mind. It's a scary thing. There's things that goes on in here that are private. I don't want you. Proton Mail is supposed to be private, Now all of a sudden you're reading my mind. That was weird. Anyway, let's
hope that Proton remains private. Yeah. We always thought that DuckDuckGo was very private. We got a big surprise on that one.
There you go. Joan says, checking in from Denman Island. You're over in Den. You should come for lunch. You're just a couple of ferry trips away. Charles, Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri, 59 degrees and drizzly. Richard Clarkson, hi from Monrovia, California. Richard got a Chromebook. He's coming to our Chromebook session, Huey.
Great.
Yeah. Stan Wollner, hi from Orlando, 88 degrees, sunny, 50% chance of rain.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, Well, you can. Hey, so Richard, we'll be starting the show, the Chromebook show, about 20 minutes or 30 minutes before the start date. If you want to come in, you can come in, and we'll sort out any problems you have in that first half hour. There you go. That's 2 cups of coffee. Loving the Chromebook. There you go. Thanks, Richard.
What I read on Facebook, somebody said, "Yeah, I filled up my gas tank for $22." Yeah, that was my lawnmower.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Still have questions about Chromebook? I have, but we'll save it till later on with the Chromebook session. Sure. Okay, great. Good stuff. Richard says, okay.
That's it.
We did it. Okay, excellent. All right. So we're going to do what I did was today, I wanted to talk to you and everyone today about a new product that has just started. And we were talking earlier in the pre-show sort of warm up was a Magic Jack, and Magic Jack, of course, has a new wireless service now. And Huey and Bob and Ray, do you have a Magic Jack?
No, I don't.
We were talking, we've had Magic Jacks for 2007 was when Magic Jack started. The fellow that invented it, I just got in, well, I guess put it together and marketed it. It's 2007. And I think Huey, Bob, and I have had Magic Jacks for that. So we've had Magic Jacks for a very long time. And we'll talk a little bit about some of the things that we do with our Magic Jacks and why we have them. But what I wanted to tell everyone today is that there is a new wireless service. This is now they're I guess what we'll call an MNVO, mobile network virtual operator, which means they're on the back of Bob, and I think it's probably T-Mobile that they're because when you look at the coverage, it's pretty darn good. And they now sell SIM cards, and they're now a wireless service, as well as their old Magic Jack. So I wanted just to show you guys. Excuse me. I just wanted to show you this. Now, this is the wireless plan includes no contract or hidden fees. Keep your phone and phone number, Wi-Fi calling, nationwide 4G or 5G coverage. It includes a mobile hotspot and a free SIM card. We'll get to the coverage in just a minute, but the prices of and I just thought I would just bring this up for everybody. Now, if you are on a computer and you're going to look at this, if you go to the Magic Jack website, you won't find them because it's you have to dial in Magic Jack Wireless and just scroll down and you'll see, I think they've got it as a separate company now. And if you look at these prices, you'll see that, of course, this is pretty darn cheap. For this is there's no data but talk and text, $15. You get 500 minutes, 1,000 texts, and nationwide coverage. So if you wanted to just basically do a talk and text for $15 a month, no contract, they provide the SIM. That's pretty darn cool. And if you come up to the 6 gigabit plan, then you have 3 gigabits. You get 3 gigabits of data, $18 per line, 3 gigabytes of data, unlimited talk and text, nationwide coverage, and so on and so forth. So I guess it's another cell phone plan, and I guess it's new. And I was saying to everyone early in the show, in the pre-show, was I guess part of what we have today is with our cellular service now in our phones, it's always all free. It's all free calling through the United States, right? Nobody ever pays per minute. So I guess the concept of a Magic Jack, the old Magic Jack that we had, is probably maybe going away, and maybe that's why they're moving into a new service. So I guess if you're listening or you're watching this, your comments or thoughts on it. I mean, do you think those prices are reasonable? Is this a good deal? I just thought I'd throw it out there. This just came out this week, and I thought it was something interesting to talk about. You guys have any thoughts on that?
And it looked like it's a BYOD service, bring your own device. So
Yes.
you have your own device and you put in their SIM card in it.
Right.
And so it's pretty cheap. And I still there's a few people that are on here today are probably still using flip phones, that they don't need the data part of the phone, or you might want it as an extra phone number. So it probably for some people would be beneficial. I don't think it's a major shift in the Magic Jack. Used to, every time you turn on the TV, there'd be an infomercial about Magic Jack, and I don't see it that often, but I've been using it for years. I still have it on a home phone, and I use it on my Chromebook.
Well, so I have I've had a Magic Jack probably almost since its inception.
Yep.
I have an Arizona phone number on mine, and of course, when we did go down to Arizona for 6 months, I would just bring the little device down with me, and then when I came home back to Canada, I'd bring it back and plug it in. And of course, if anyone dialed me on my Arizona phone, it would ring at home. And to this day, I still have in our house, wherever our landline is, I have a second phone, which is our Magic Jack phone. So there's two phones throughout the house, and it's either the Magic Jack phone ringing or one of our home phones ringing. So we have that, and I just keep that because, as we were talked earlier, it was like I bought 5-year plan, and I don't know if I'm going to renew it in 5 years, but it's so cheap that I just kept it, and I can call anywhere in Canada, the United States, and I think it was $30. Bob, what do you think it was? Do you think it was $80 for 5 years or 90 or something? It wasn't expensive.
$90 for 5 years.
5 years, and that included all.
So that's less than $20.
Now it's a 3-year
a
plan
year.
at $90.
Right.
$90. It's about $33 a year. At one time, it was like $20 a year.
But that's Canada and U.S.
Now that's a year. That's not a month. Okay?
Yeah,
You don't
that's
pay
right.
this
Yeah.
monthly. You pay this annually.
And I think they also include Mexico. I think you can call Mexico as well.
Mexico and Canada are included in that price.
Now, when Magic Jacks first came out, you had to plug it into your computer.
Right.
Now you plug it into the wall to get power, and then you just use a phone jack for a phone if you're going to use a phone with it, and you plug it in. I don't even know if you just plug it into your network. You don't plug it into
the router. Yeah, just plug it in the router.
It goes into
the router
modem.
So you don't even have to be at home. If you install the software on your phone or your Chromebook or on your PC, you can utilize your Magic Jack number wherever you are.
When
you don't have to carry anything with you.
When Magic Jack first came out, I got away from AT&T and their monthly bills, and I just changed right over to Magic Jack. So I've had it for quite some time, and I still have it. And people that call my Magic Jack number are calling my house. The nice thing is it also rings on my cell phone. So I can pick it up anywhere, even if I'm not home. I can still answer any calls that come to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I can also take Magic Jack with me as long as I have internet access any place in the world, and I can call anybody here in the States. There is no international calls. Don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Prague, I was invited by Avast to visit their home office in Prague. Well, I took my Magic Jack with me, and I called everybody here at home. I didn't have any added expenses because it was a local call.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is Wi-Fi.
Amazing. Eh? So this is
you don't have to wait to 7 o'clock to make long distance calls.
Exactly. Remember that? I bet you there aren't very many people.
You don't have to call person to person to yourself and then say, "Oh, he's not here," and then call back without it being person to person to get a cheaper call.
Yep.
Times have changed.
They have indeed.
Well, they just removed
there's still a lot of people that have regular phones that they pay the POTS, the plain old telephone system companies. They still pay for a phone every month to be able to have a phone number.
Yep.
It just amazes me that they still do that. Just some people don't like to change, or they get the bill and they don't know how to stop it.
You realize that they just now removed the last payphones
Yeah, I saw
out of
that. Yeah,
Manhattan. Yep.
yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that. Yeah,
I saw that too.
Yep.
Yes.
someone. I bet you someone bought that. Like that'd be a really. That'd be maybe it went to the
Probably
Smithsonian.
went to a museum.
Yeah,
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 I
that'd
have,
be
I have
actually.
a friend in Orlando. It's got a telephone booth in his house, but he can't really use the phone because it is a rotary dial and it just won't
No.
connect. He'd
I
have to
still have
find
a
a
princess
Ethernet.
phone.
Yeah, but he can change into a Superman costume.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Do we have before we get into the news? Do we have any more comments that we should be looking at?
Richard had a couple more comments about the Magic Jack, and then let's see what else we got here.
Bobby, Northwest Phoenix, 140. Yikes! It's getting hot down there. Getting hot.
And that's it. Just some more Magic Jack comments from Richard.
Okay, great. All right, let's get on with it. Let's do some work, guys. Let's see where we. I'll share my
Yeah,
screen.
we're halfway through already.
I know we got to get to doing some work here. All right, let me just get this a little bit bigger. Well, I'm glad you're going to do that video for us on how to make things bigger on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
I just go to the Tech for Senior Facebook page, and it becomes really nice and big.
Yeah, which reminds me, if that's a good reminder, Bob, if you want to follow along with us, you can just go to our Facebook page and we'll show you and you can see the articles as we go down. So Bob, as usual, no, you got the first article here. What's everything, the search engine, something about a search engine. Do you want to tell us what's going on?
Yeah, it's a program called Everything. I'm not the only one that uses it.
Oh, I've been using
You
it
have
for
a
a couple years
co-host that
now,
also
yeah.
does, correct. And they just came out with a new update. So if you're using it, do the update. If you aren't using it, why not? I don't know of anything that does a better job of searching everything on your computer and do it very, very quickly
Yeah.
than Everything.
And it's got a lot of settings where you can actually just look for documents or just look for videos if you want
Correct.
to.
Is that the one, Huey, that you got me to use?
I think so. I
Yeah.
use it all the time.
It's got the little
Magnifying glass, yes.
yeah. Oh, that's has saved my bacon so many times. That is, you talked to me, you got me using that a few years ago, and that's a great.
Sometimes I download something and I can't find it.
Yeah.
I just open up everything and tell it to sort by time, by date.
Yeah.
And so it shows everything, the latest thing that got downloaded, and it's right at the towards the top of the list, and everything's right there, and I can find it, and then I can see where it is, and then go to it, and then move it to where I need it to be, so I know and keep track of it.
You have my stamp of approval. That is a great program. It's great. It's amazing.
And it's free.
Yep.
Amazing, eh? It's been around for a long time, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
Not only free, but it doesn't have any pop-ups, doesn't have any advertisement, nothing.
Yeah.
It just works like a charm.
Yeah. Amazing, eh? All right, Bob, what do you want? You're talking about the difference between a smartwatch and fitness tracker.
Yeah, there you have some similarities, but there is a difference between them. And this article delves into that difference very, very what's the word?
Intelligently.
In great detail as to what
detail.
the differences are. Right.
All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
You can tell this is a tech for seniors and seniors because Bob just had a momentary
Senior moment.
Yeah, what's that word? And I had one earlier. Those words, we only have so much room in our brains. This is what I figured out. We only have so much room in our brains, and now we filled them up. And so when we put something new in there, something falls out.
Makes sense to me, Huey.
Last week I talked at our Monday show. I talked about tap and pay, with the Google. So I'm using Google Pay now, and it's a lifesaver because I don't have to remember any PIN numbers. I can just it's great. I love it. I've been using it all week, and it's so easy, and I don't have to remember anything. So that's great.
And a lot of us don't remember. We might remember our own phone number, but we don't remember our spouse's phone
Right.
numbers or our best friend's phone numbers anymore because we don't dial them.
Right.
We push a button.
So true.
This looks something like my little grandson would put on my wall. What, Bob? What is this all about?
How does a magic eraser actually work? And no, I'm not talking about the magic eraser we have on our Pixel 6.
Yeah.
And this is that little funny feeling stuff that you get in a package. They have a couple of them in it, and it gets rid of almost all the crap that winds up when the grandkids are over with their crayons and stuff.
Right.
This is what you use to get rid of that stuff.
It works well. I've got a package of this
Yep.
stuff, and it works really amazing, eh?
Yeah, and it's not really harmful to anything, so you can use it on virtually everything.
Yeah, I keep some at the house too.
Right. I wouldn't use it on your screen though. It does have some abrasion to it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
don't do
Don't
it on
clean
your
your glasses
computer
with it.
screen or
Or-
your phone. Right.
Wear your glasses.
And Ray says a U.S. Senate bill worth following. What's this all about?
All right. Well, there's a Senate bill that was introduced bipartisan by one Republican and one Democratic senator. It's called Bill 3880, and it goes by the name of the Smart Copyright Act of 2022. And this is going to, if it's passed, will implement a variety of technical measures against copyright infringement. Now, the proponents say these technical measures are necessary to protect the rights of the copyright holders. But those against it say implementing this with new, unknown, and untested monitoring programs that are going to be done by the U.S. Government Copyright Office will really cause negative, unintended results. To me, it's a complicated issue, but it's a topic that if anybody spends a lot of time on the internet, I think you're going to want to follow this going forward. So it's U.S. Senate Bill 3880.
Okay, that's with all the problems YouTube is having right now, I can see this only being more complicated. It's really
Absolutely.
going to be
Yes.
a time. And so a digital companion for the elderly.
Yes. So New York State, in their infinite wisdom, has decided that they're going to distribute digital companions, they're calling them, to about 800 older adults. Now, these are similar to Siri and Miss A, but they will engage the users with small talk, helping them stay perhaps in contact with family and friends, help them keep track of health goals. And these devices have their own name. They are known as, if you want to say the wake word, it's LEQ. LEQ. And the article says that over 14 million Americans over the age of 65 currently live alone. And that number is only going to go up as our population is aging. So this tool is meant to provide a feeling of companionship.
So there have been a lot of studies that have used Echo devices or Google's Home device for the same thing. I guess my question would be, are we reinventing the wheel here? Be interesting to see what advantage these have over the existing technology, eh?
Yeah, I think so as well. Although, as the article kind of points out, that there's more of a focus on health issues, reminding the people, did you walk today? Have you taken your medication? Things like that. That the other devices don't focus on specifically.
You can do the exact same thing with Miss A if you want to. My question always is, how much did they pay for these devices?
Taxpayer money.
Well, yeah, and probably twice the price of what's
Right.
already out there.
Right. You can buy an Echo device now for $30. I wonder if, I bet you they're more than that. All right. Okay. And a new way to shop for clothes. Amazon's first clothing store opens in Los Angeles.
Amazon has latest venture is a brick and mortar location. Yes, you're right, Ron, in Los Angeles that sells clothing. Now, what makes it different is it minimizes the hassle of trying on clothing. Customers can scan a QR code on a garment, as an example, when they're in the store, and either it'll be sent to a dressing room for them, so they don't have to carry the articles around the store, or it'll be sent to their home as a purchase. And then the shopper can also pick clothes on the Amazon website, and they'll be waiting at the store for them when they come in. And you can decide to return it. But it really surprised me that Amazon, with all of its online technology, it has another brick and mortar store, again, showing their technology, not too different from the Amazon stores that sell food.
Interesting. So I have an interesting statistic for you, Ray, that I read this week. I don't remember what the figures are, but the U.S. military budget in the United States is whatever, right? I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of money. Amazon returns in total dollar value exceed that amount.
So, you know, some of those people those are all the ones who are doing reviews on tech products. They buy them, they do their review, and then they return them.
Well, Amazon actually promotes the, if you are buying clothes, you buy 2 or 3 different types of clothes, and you can try them on and send them back.
Yeah, try before you, or try as you buy, or I forgot what they call it. They've got a name for it, and I used it, and it, I got 3 pairs of shoes, and none of them fit, and I sent them all back, no questions asked, and no cost of returning them. There's no way they make money at doing that. They can't sell them as new at that point.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting. Bob, you're up.
So how much space do you have on Google Drive? Many of us use Google's Drive if we have a Google account, especially if we use Google Photos. And since they stopped giving us unlimited photos, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on how much of the amount that you either pay for or the 15 gig that you get for free is actually still available. And this site, Review Geek, on this article will show you how you find out exactly how much you have, how much you used, and has quite a few tips on how to get rid of some of the stuff that's being used up for storage that you don't need.
Yeah, I think I have 100 gigabytes of space on my Google Drive. I think it's $20 a year or something, like $25 a year. So it's not expensive to get it.
Nope.
But you may not need 2 terabytes either. 100 gigabytes or a couple 100 gigabytes could suffice. So
yep, I have it because I have a Pixel 5, I have a Pixel 6. So, yes, there's a lot of storage, and part of it is fringies from the phone that I use.
Huey, do you have any comments that we need to go over?
Let me go back and look. I've been on Facebook following us here. Let's see here. Ooh.
Oh, Chris is from Rimini, Italy. Wow. Hi, Chris. Chris is, of course, Geeks on Tour and my favorite Sunday show. And so it's what does this button do? And she's a good friend of ours. And so hello, Chris from Italy. Wow, we can say we're broadcasting to Italy now. I've seen the demo and is a subscription. Sorry, JJ says, I've seen the demo and there is a subscription to owning the
LEQ.
That's the device for seniors in New York State.
Oh, okay. I've seen the subscription. So I don't get that. I don't. Why would they want to compete with Echo? Anyway, okay. Richard says, Google One gave me 100 gigabytes free. The Google Drive must be under that too, because it says I have 100 gigabytes. Yeah, with your Chromebook, you'll get more. Yeah. Chris says, hi. Rimini is a sister city to Fort Lauderdale. Oh, very interesting. I wonder when you guys have been over there a long time. I wonder when you're coming home. Are you ever coming home?
Well, the food and the wine are probably wonderful.
Yeah. I want to see Jim's drone shots. He said he took his drone and he's taken lots of drone pictures. I want to see the drone shots.
Probably close to dinner time for them now.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. All right, let's keep going here, Bob. Your what do your
Well, if you own any of those devices, you've all seen the lights that come up, and they could get pretty darn confusing.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
this article covers all the different shades and all the different colors that you might see on the Google devices.
Oh,
I found it very helpful. I
I'm gonna,
actually took a picture of the descriptions, and sometimes it gets confusing. And until you find out exactly what the light means, you can't turn the damn thing off. Okay, so this is very helpful.
what if you
yeah.
asked Miss A? What
I
if
have
you
to add,
asked Miss A?
Say that again.
What if you asked Miss A and said, "What do the lights mean?" I wonder if she'd tell you.
Yeah, but that doesn't always work. I've tried it.
Oh, okay.
We've had it where one light just would not go off, would not go off. And it took a long time before I found out what the answer was.
All right.
I call my Miss A in the living room Miss A, and in the bedroom I call it the ECHO. I don't
Mhm.
want to say it because that's where I am now. So I can talk to each one differently,
When
but
mine start,
you don't have to do that.
when mine starts blinking, there it means there's a package at the front door. So that's great. I
Yeah, if
love
it's
that.
yellow. If it's yellow, it's a notification.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. So there's
And so
yellow.
what I'll
They
say
have
is,
all different colors.
yeah, and I'll say,
Ah,
what's the notification? And she'll tell me.
oh, okay. Okay. Bob, breaking security news. Oh, someone got a fine.
Hmm. It's Twitter. Maybe Elon's glad he hasn't bought it yet. They just got hit with 150 million in fines.
Oh,
Hmm.
for using two.
You share all that information with them, and they tell you it's for security. And it turns out, yeah, it's for security, but it's also to let the advertisers get more information on you so they can bombard you.
Those rascals. Hmm. How licensed? Oh,
I told you I
so
got up very
in
early
British,
this morning.
yeah, you did. You did. But in British Columbia and Canada this year, this is the first year we don't when we renew our license plates, we don't put the tags on anymore. And part of the reason for that is all the police cars have scanners in them, and they don't ever they just drive around in their police cars, and the scanners scan and record the plates. And if you don't have insurance, it knows right away, and it alerts the officer and says, hey, this guy doesn't have insurance. So they don't go around looking at those little stickers anymore. So no, I don't think there's anyone in Canada now that uses these little stickers. So how
Well, here the
licensed?
problem is that those cameras, there's now an awful lot of information, lots of data that's in hands that really shouldn't have their nose or their eyes on that information. And problem is, how long do they keep it? What do they do with it? And this goes into all of that.
Yeah, most of the motor vehicle departments sell your information
Mm,
anyway,
yep.
and that's how they make a lot of money.
Bob, you are just like the ever ready Easter bunny. You just keep going and going and going here. My gosh. Keep you safe when using Google. Oh, Google Assistant just came to the Galaxy 4 watch, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. I got it. I
Yeah, it
haven't
just
set it up
released. Did you install yours yet, Huey?
yet. I haven't set it up yet. No.
Okay. Do you want to say anything about this one?
Yeah, read the article. Very good one. Or
Good art.
actually watch
Okay.
the video.
Okay.
It's not one of mine, but it's a good video.
It's a good article. Okay.
Yeah, it shows you how the device helps to keep you safe.
Very good. Huey, anything, any comments?
Nope.
Nothing's come in. Okay. Bob, turning off some irritating Windows 10 default settings.
All I can tell you, it's a tutorial. And if
Tutorial.
you're
Okay.
on Windows 10, actually also on Windows 11, there might be some changes or differences, but this covers both. Many default settings aren't things you really want on. And
Right.
if you don't make the adjustments, number one, you're using a lot of resources, and you're also sharing lots of things you may not want to share. And this will help you
That's good.
stop
Yeah.
sharing.
Windows and the Apple operating systems for the Macs and the iPhones and the Android phones and the watches. They have so many settings.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable. And you don't get, there's no list of them all. So you've got to kind of look at some of these videos,
Yep.
and there is a wealth of them on YouTube. So whatever device you own, whether it be a Windows or if it's a phone, whatever the brand and model is, do a search on YouTube and look up what the settings are and things that you should change right away, or things you might be interested in changing, or some of the security changes. They're all out there. The people have done so many videos on these things. It's amazing. I'm still looking at videos on my phone and learning things that it can do. I never realized that I'd be able to do certain things with it. But now I can turn those things on or turn them off. Maybe I don't want them. So
Well,
by all means,
in this video, you see here the listing of the 4 items that I cover.
yep.
Start menu
Okay.
ads, targeted ads from third parties, Corona and all of the information it collects that you may not want to share, and apps running in the background.
I
And
think
it's an
we'll
actual hands-on
video. Yeah.
video.
I think we'll play it. Bob, I think we'll play this on our Monday show, eh? I think
Okey-doke.
this will
Yep.
be a good one. Yeah. Okay, so this comes. I finally get an article in, you guys.
Yes, sir.
I mean, what is going on here? This is, of course, the the Google Assistant on the Galaxy 4 watch. So, if this was released, sorry, I'm having trouble with my voice today. Here, just let me clear my throat. So this was released this week, and it's the Google Assistant for the Galaxy Watch 4. So you can do your update on that. So if you have a Galaxy 4 watch, there you go.
Yep, I'm going to have to watch that this afternoon.
Yep. Google Lens update, Bob.
There's been an update to Google Lens.
And I did a big session on Google Lens.
Yep. But you used to open up a separate tab when you used Google Lens. Now it opens up a little window right next to what you're working on. That makes things a little bit easier.
Will you get the update automatically, or should we watch the article and should we?
It'll happen automatically when you do the update to version 102, I think.
Okay.
Of Chrome.
Of the Chrome browser. Yeah.
Browser, yeah.
Yep, I just did my update yesterday, so it's out there now.
By the way, we aren't quite as famous. I was hoping we were, because I used our picture to do a search, and we didn't show up.
Really?
We got to work on that.
All right. Here's the article that on Proton Mail that I posted, and this is when Mike sent me the email right away. And this is Proton Mail is rebranding and adding a lot more storage to its plans, and costing more, though, actually. So I thought this was an interesting article because we did a big show on Proton Mail on our Monday show a couple of weeks ago. And
and this past Monday, I think we talked about Proton Mail, and I think we misidentified it as strictly an email reader, but it isn't. It's also a service. And Mike corrected us on that.
Yes. Just wanted everyone to know, I mean, we've talked a lot about mesh routers and Wi-Fi 6. This is a new product coming out from Linksys, and it's these will be out, and it's going to be very affordable. Like, we're talking maybe about 3 access points for $250, which is quite a bit lower. So if you are looking for a mesh router, you may want to, these should be out right away, and you may want to have a look at this. These are made, of course, by Linksys.
That's a good point, Ron. I have a friend who had an outside company come in and install a mesh router. He does have a very large home. It was a $750 price tag.
Right. So these are gonna. I think this will be really good. I looked at the specs on them, and I think that'll, it's great for people. I mean, it'll be really a good system for people, and it'll be very, very affordable. I talked to Huey about this earlier. For if you have a Kindle, this is something everyone should be heads up about this. The old Amazon Kindles won't be able to buy new ebooks starting in August. So there's a big change coming. You might want to look at this article. If you do read ebooks on your Kindle, it will be important that you find out what Kindle you have and have a look at this article to see whether or not you'll be able to continue to get the ebooks.
There's a program called Calibra that allows you to read the Kindle books on a PC, and I think on Macs, and also I think on Android and iPads and iPhones. And I'm going to talk about Calibra on Monday. That's going to be
okay.
my presentation on Monday, because I had mentioned it in the portable apps program, but I didn't have time to demonstrate it and talk about it.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'll talk about it on Monday.
Oh, that's great. So everyone, watch the show on Monday.
Absolutely.
Watch our Monday show. He was going to talk about that. But
you can convert EPUB files to PDFs and PDFs to EPUB, and so you can convert different things. And I'm going to demonstrate a little bit how to use it. And you can still buy your books from Amazon, the Kindle books, and be able to read them on a PC or other devices.
Very good. We talked about this last week. This is really cool. This is called Pixie, Pixy. We showed that video of that last week. And this is a little drone that takes pictures. It's cool. It's great. I showed you everyone. I don't want to belabor the point because we did it last week, but there's the article. They came out with an article on it, and it's really cool. So have a look at that if you're interested. Bob, Duck, Go
isn't as private as you thought.
No, really?
Apparently they have an arrangement with Microsoft.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I suggest you read the article, and looking at the responses, 102 people must have been very interested in this particular article.
That's a lot, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, when you depend on a search engine that's supposed to be very private, and it turns out to have a deal with Microsoft, I guess it's not as private. DuckDuckGo also took one heck of a hit.
Huh. All right. Are EVs a danger in traffic jams?
Lots of questions when you get stuck in a traffic jam on the Long Island Expressway or out on Interstate 5 out in California, or one of the other major arteries. What's the danger of you running out of battery? That because you say, well, wait a minute, it's battery. How quick will it run out? Well, this pretty much explains that no, when you're sitting idle, you're not using battery at all, are you? So it turns itself off and turns itself on as you need it. And unless you're down to nothing when you first get stuck, you should have no problems in an EV, even if you get stuck in traffic.
You're still going to have lights. You're still going to be playing the radio. You still got an air conditioner.
Yeah, but it'll wind up managing it so you don't sweat to death or freeze to death, but still preserve your battery.
What about the guy that runs out of gas?
Oh, yeah, that happens too.
That happens a lot. Yeah.
They run out of gas, right?
I way back when have been stuck on the Long Island Expressway for 5 hours.
Really?
I didn't run. Yep.
Ooh.
It's good thing was I had a full tank, or I would have run out of gas.
Long Island Expressway is often called the longest parking lot in America.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to let everyone know, I put this up there that Chrome 102, your Chrome browser, is there. We talked about that earlier.
That's the browser. not the operating system for the.
That's right, not Chrome. Chrome. This is the Chrome browser. Bob, are you going to do a what's new with the Chrome browser? There's some cool features, really cool features with it. We won't go into them right now, but and there's probably lots of videos on it. But yeah, well, you will automatically. I guess your Chrome browser will automatically update anyway.
That's correct.
But I must tell you, there's some cool features, particularly the sharing feature where it shares right to Facebook. So there's some pretty cool stuff that it does. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
That's why you posted the article. All they have to do is look here, and
Yeah.
it'll tell you all the things that are new.
That's right. Bob, the biggest financial scams of 2022. Really? People
Yeah,
are
and
trying to
we're
steal
only
our
5 months into it, but we've already surpassed last year.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
You know what's going to happen by the end of the year, right? We're going to set new records.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see. Putting magic. Oh, there we go. Putting Magic Jack in here. This is a video that Bob did. There are many uses for old cell phones, and Bob has a good idea in using your old cell phone for a magic. I thought that was pretty good, eh?
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I do have one that I just took offline, but
Yeah,
it's
well,
still
you don't
good
need a
phone.
SIM card.
Yeah.
Not when you're using Magic Jack.
Yeah.
And as long as you have internet access, you've got a phone.
Yeah, as long as you got Wi-Fi.
Correct.
You also got a great camera. I mean, I have my Pixel 3. Bob and I have Pixel 6s, but I have my Pixel 3, which takes great pictures. So, it's a camera. I can use it and take it around as a camera, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yes, I guess so. We're just looking at these. These are articles that we've seen before. Oh, this is interesting. This is our Canadian bank that RBC that is unveiling Revolution Authenticator tools that bolsters client security. Again, this all comes into the tap and pay. You can read the article. It's an interesting article how and this all has to do with using your tap and pay and the security about it, which of course I've been doing all week, tapping and paying. It's sort of fun. I love it. It's just cool. When you put your phone down, it goes bleep. I think that is so cool. Anyway, that's just an interesting article. You guys, this is cool. Do you remember me telling you about the Harley Davidson e-bike? Do you remember me telling you about that? Well, they've got the second generation is coming out now, and this will be the Harley Davidson introducing the second generation e-bike, and this is pretty cool. I don't think it's going to be the same as expensive as the first one, but if you want a Harley, there you go.
A couple of messages that I don't want to miss.
Yep.
If I could.
We're almost at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Where did the hour go, you guys? Christine said, we did a show from Italy using Google Maps yes, I watched that show for walking tour of Rome. So fun. Then our backstage was from our cooking class. You can still buy the Kindle books on Amazon and they'll show up on your Android app on your phone, right? But if you have if you're using, like Gail, my wife always uses her Kindle. She has a Kindle and she always uses it as a reader, and she uses it at bedtime all the time. So I've got to check and see what device she has and so on and so forth. But that's great. Well, yes, it is. I'll stop this share now. I think we'll probably one last thing. Did you see this article? These images were generated by Google's latest text-to-image AI. Did you see that article? So you can talk and what you want drawn, and it makes it for you. I think that is so cool. What a great time to be living in, right? Like all this stuff.
I want to know what's going to happen 50 years from now.
Yep, me too.
Yes, indeed. Well, AI. Thank you guys for coming today. We just have so much fun. It's been such a great show. Thanks for all you that are listening. We do appreciate you listening to us. Although, even if no one was listening, we'd probably come anyway Thursday because it's just so much fun talking about things for the morning, right?
Yeah, we do this anyway.
We do it anyway, but it's sort of fun. Drink some coffee, have some fun. Now, remember, if you do have a Chromebook, you're interested, we will be starting that. What are we, about half an hour from now?
About a half hour, I'll open the doors up. So
Half hour,
they
we'll
can
open
ask,
the doors.
they can ask questions before
Come
the
and ask
show.
questions, yeah.
There's
And
not going to be a
we'll,
lot of Q&A time during the
right.
during the hour.
Okay. So we'll get that going. And do we have any questions or comments in our final?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Everything looks good? All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming. We will see you in another week. Have a great day. Chris from Italy, we miss you. Come home soon, eh?
Enjoy your vacation.
Enjoy
it.
Yep.
All right. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.